Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Born to be a Snowfighter podcast. This is episode 1, the introductory episode. I'm your host, Nick Arndt of Metal Pless, along with Bob Green of Metal Pless. Say hi, Bob.
Bob.
Very good, Bob. And this is the podcast about the Metal Pless family, those who are born to be a snowfighter. Bob and I have talked about doing this podcast for as long as we've known each other, many years, and now we're doing it. We're all set up. We've got great interviews. We're going to talk about stuff that's new. Mostly what we're going to do, though, is interview and talk to people, get to know members of the Metal Pless family. It's a special group of people, and the more people we get to know out there from the Metal Pless family, the more excited Bob and I are about Metal Pless. So
yeah, we're gonna talk to people from a cross section of the snow removal industry. Metal Pless owners, people that own other products as well, because they all have interesting stories, different backgrounds. No, I don't think anybody except a second generation snow removal. Someone who's born into it, actually born into a family. I don't think anybody says when they're 5 years old, "I want to be a snow fighter," because they don't know what that is. So
no, I definitely was kind of grafted into the snowfighter family too. And eventually you realized you were born to be a snow fighter. But yeah, we're going to talk to people in the Metal Pless world and outside the Metal Pless world that are working with snow removal contractors and municipalities too. We're going to talk to people who are in the, on the government side, that are trying to reduce salt usage. That works hand in hand with Metal Pless. We're going to talk to a lot of those people, not just contractors that plow. We're going to talk to people that are progressing the industry, because that's what Metal Pless is all about. We like to say innovation starts here. And that's what we're going to talk about in this brief introductory episode. We're going to talk about the innovations that are going on at Metal Pless. We plan to launch this launch the podcast episode 1 at the Equip Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, where a lot of new product is talked about and revealed. So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about new stuff today.
One of the things I'm most proud about working at Metal Pless is the innovation, and how Jimmy Vigneault, the owner of Metal Pless, is always thinking outside the box and how to make his products better. And we see it every time we go to a trade show, other people just kind of ripping off Jimmy's technology and calling it their own or saying they improved it. But at the end of the day, anybody that's ever plowed with a Metal Pless and then gotten down to someone else's product always come back and say, yeah, Metal Pless plows better, just works better. So that's one of the things I enjoy about my job, is hearing, wow, you guys always have the best technology on the market. And it's true. That's Jimmy dreams about it. He just wants to have the best, most innovative product out there.
We've been using for the last couple trade shows, the innovation starts here. And it's true. I mean, there are people out there right now in factories, on CAD programs, feverishly trying to duplicate Metal Pless product throughout the world. And the sad thing is they're behind the times, because we are always innovating. We're working on the next thing. So we've got new stuff coming out. We like to say, always copied, never duplicated. So folks might try, good luck, but we've got the mind of Jimmy Vigneault behind this, and that's something no one else in the industry has. That is our not so secret weapon. So one day we might have him on the podcast, but for now we're just going to talk about the cool stuff that he does. Oh, and I cannot forget to mention this. At the second half of our episode, we're going to talk about someone new at Metal Pless. We're going to have a reveal of the newest team, Metal Pless family, internal family team member. So stay tuned for that. We're revealing a new Metal Pless employee, and people are going to be really excited and maybe even surprised. So that's going to be a great second half of this episode. But for now, we're going to talk about the new stuff that's going to be coming out there plowing this fall throughout North America and the world. So Bob, why don't we get into it?
Yeah,
what do we got new at Metal Pless to talk about? We got some big ones, and then we got some little ones. So if we're going through a quick rundown of stuff we've got new sizes of some things. We're always looking for the right size to fit the right application. So there are new wing and moldboard combinations. That's not super exciting because those things already exist.
Yeah, those are just plugging holes. In our price list, people came to us and said, well, why don't you put this wing on this moldboard? And, we're making that happen.
Oh, we get this every day. We're like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, make a 10-foot, 42-inch moldboard with 7-foot wings. Like,
Yeah.
we can't do it all, people.
We never have enough sizes, even though we've got a lot of
we've
sizes.
got 60 sizes. That's never the one someone is looking for. So
yeah, every day somebody wants something we don't have. But we plugged the hole in the PLSS line with the 730-12. We only ever did that in standard and HD, and now Jimmy's making it into a LiveEdge version. And the 712 is an interesting plow because of its weight, and its moldboard width really works for, certain skid steers and small compact loaders, going through gates and driving down the road. And people have always said, well, why don't you do that in LiveEdge? Well, we do now.
Yeah,
so.
That's one that I am excited about. 730-12 LiveEdge, like the 727-12 size, is really popular on compact tractors, stuff like that. It just works really well. But now we can put it with LiveEdge on a smaller skid steer. We have a big stuff coming out for smaller skid steers that we'll talk about in a little bit. But 730-12 LiveEdge, 830-13 LiveEdge, that's the big brother of this plow, has been an industry standard for years and years and years. Now we have the 730-12. Another interesting size we have is the Plow Max 42-inch, like the 1220. We didn't offer that before. Now we're doing 12-foot moldboard with 4-foot wings. So I think that one will get some interest among folks. We do a lot of 1042 18s, so this is sort of the big brother of that.
Yep, and I mean, speaking of the family of the PLSS, the 930-15, which we introduced, it's not new. It was new from last year, but not everybody knows about it. And we internally like to call it the Mike Savage plow, and we do.
Mike Savage.
We will talk to Mike Savage about it. But it's a very interesting plow for the people who feel the 936-15 is too heavy, but still want the 15-foot footprint. It's a nice complement to the lineup.
Yeah, as we cap off our brief discussion about new sizes, 930-15 is the biggest one for sure. That was designed for a John Deere 244 size machine. We'll have Mike Savage on the podcast to explain the awesome history of getting this plow built, pushing it through the factory and the design process. It was a great collaboration with Metal Pless and Mike Savage of Midwest Machinery, but it's designed. So typically on a 244, a Cat 906, we're going to do an 830-13 LiveEdge. Now we're offering a little bit wider, 915, and it's for people that are doing lower tolerance accounts that want to do the maximum windrow width and maybe maximum back drag on accounts that they're always cruising around at. So we've taken weight out of it, made it about the size weight of a 830-13, and we're excited about it. And that's all we'll say for now, because we're going to talk to Mike Savage about it for oodles of time. New sizes at Metal Pless, always listening to what customers want. That's the thing I'd like to point out the most. We have a whole new line of plows. Moving on to point 2, the Etra Max. This isn't exactly new. It's been sold in Europe, where snow removal is a bit different. They're doing mountain roads, and they're doing a lot of V-blades, tons of V-blades. But there's a demand for that in North America in different ways. Bob, what do you think about our European Etra Max?
Well, we've always had the question at trade shows because I really like our Side Max X. I think it's a very good, solidly built.
That's our small, for those listening, that's our small V-blade for sidewalks.
Sidewalk applications. And I always like to bring it to a trade show just to show it off because it's so well built, and fits right in the price point of everybody else, and offered in LiveEdge with carbide. And people always come, oh, do you got a bigger one? And in the back of our heads, we're like, yeah, we do. It's in,
it's in Switzerland right now.
People have seen the videos, people have seen the videos in Europe on these kind of like weird Mercedes trucks and just like plowing through really deep snow. And their challenge in Europe is the laneways or the roads are very narrow, and there's houses like right up against the road.
Yeah, with brick walls right here.
So they had to punch through and protect the buildings at the same time. So Jimmy built the Etra Max, which is a full LiveEdge plow with interacting LiveEdge. So the LiveEdge sections protect each other. So we decided to bring one to SIMA Simon, or was it Pittsburgh? No.
Nope, that was 2 years ago.
No,
We
Grand
were
Rapids,
in
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids. Yep.
And yeah, it got a lot of attention. And I'd seen one in the yard that had come back from Europe, but I'd never seen the latest one. And it is an impressive looking plow.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So for one thing that I think stands out with Metal Pless, to get us a little sidetracked here, is the design of everything looks really good. Jimmy's designs aren't only functionally amazing, they're beautiful designs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, part of owning a Metal Pless is looking at it and going, dang it, that just looks cool. That looks right.
There's no Frankensteinism in a Metal Pless plow, which we've seen in some other people's plows. They come out to try to match the Max Pro, and it just looks like they Frankensteined it.
Yeah, it's obvious that it's obvious when someone is duplicating our plow, because they take different pieces, and we know people have literally bought pieces of Metal Pless plows and said, how do I make this thing, or just use it on their plow, for goodness sakes. It looks like a copy. It doesn't look like the original. Metal Pless looks like a Ferrari, like the curves of the wings, the contours of all the design pieces, stuff that doesn't need to look awesome looks awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
the Etramax, I think, is the perfect example of that. Like, that is definitely not for everybody. It's for special applications, but the curvature of the mold board, the arc, the lines of it, like car designers talk about the lines, like the lines of that plow are amazing. Yeah. And in my territory, Midwest US, Western US, I always got this request that municipalities are looking for a way to open up roads, because most of the time, if you were using a V-blade on a tractor or a wheel loader or whatever, you're 99 times out of 100 more efficient with a wing blade. That's why everyone's trying to make wing blades now. People aren't trying to make V-blades. But the key in this situation is, this is a large V-blade for opening up roads. I'm getting that request in Upper Midwest for opening up roads in small townships with our LiveEdge. That's the clincher, that a municipality has a Max Pro, loves the way it scrapes, and are running some fixed blade V-blade to open up roads, and are like, why can't I do this better? Why can't I have LiveEdge on a V-blade? So that's what we've done. We've taken this European mountain road plow, and we're selling it now. And it's getting a lot of interest. I've got a dealer in North Dakota now out on the road taking it out, General Equipment. Thank you to those guys. They get all kinds of reaction to it, because people know about the clean scraping of our LiveEdge. And talk a little bit about how we're innovators here, Bob. This is interacting LiveEdge. Yeah. Tell us how that's different.
Well, the interacting LiveEdge evolved because of putting it on the side wing of a truck plow. So the LiveEdge sections, when how do I get in here? When section 1 would go up because it hit something, section 2 doesn't necessarily go up. But because of the side wing being at such an extreme angle to windrow the snow to the curb, if section 1 goes up, section 2 was staying down and exposed to getting hit at a bad angle. So Jimmy designed it so that if section 1 goes up, section 2 follows. It's like it's got a snaking action, so they protect each other.
Yeah, that's the French translation. I first saw that and I was like, what is this word? It was like cadeau.
It's
puzzle piece?
It's a puzzle. Yeah, it's the interacting puzzle.
Interacting puzzle.
So yeah, because of the V being at extreme angles, forward, backwards, or whatever, they decided to put the interacting LiveEdge on that. And to get back to the use of a big V plow, most people's V plows are just punch through plows. They don't have wings. They don't move. You see them on the front of road graders or the truck, and when they're finished with it, they put it aside. But with the hydraulics on our V plow, they can effectively plow after they've gone through with the V. They can just turn around and then put it to a forward reverse configuration and plow like they normally would.
Yeah, it's a specialty thing. Like contractors that are listening to this would have to have some special account to be doing this along bike path or road. And I am quoting them on people doing bike paths. This primarily built for a larger tractor with the 3-point, but we can also put this on, say, like the 8.6. So 8.6 in a V, 12-foot flat model that we have out there cruising around right now being demonstrated. It can go on like a 15,000-pound wheel loader also. So you need a little bit smaller than a Deere 344. But you need a, hold on a second here. You need a little weight, and you need to have hooks. You can't. This isn't for a skid plate. This isn't for a smaller loader with a skid plate running skid steer style attachments. This is for hooks. This is a beefy unit.
Yep.
So Equip is going to be a big one. It's a beautiful plow. It's cool. It's out there in the world, and you're going to see more of it. We're not going to have it at GIE Expo because it's a very niche thing, but you'll see it at SIMA and at municipal oriented shows. So
yeah, we'll get some video of it this winter. It's
for sure.
And if it's on that JCB, it's going to be pretty wicked.
Yeah, I think I think it's being sold onto a JCB, one of the first ones, and that is a beautiful combination. And that's what Metal Pless is all about. Like, it is all style, it is all class, and I'm excited for Equip. Equip is kind of a project that I've pushed for. Moving on to our next newish type of thing, we're gonna have people know about our live boxes. We're gonna have a new version of that called the HD box. Bob, what is an HD box?
Well, again, listening to what our customers say, we don't have. Metal Pless doesn't have what I'd call an economy line, like some of the other plow manufacturers do. Everything we build is robust and well made.
Known for our carbide and the durability, but that also comes with a price.
Yep. So we had the request, like, well, spending $13,000 on a box doesn't make sense for this guy. He's only plowing his own yard, gravel, whatever. So Jimmy went back to the drawing board with the live box and came out with the HD box, which has the same HD soft drive trip system as the LiveEdge that live box does, except without the LiveEdge sections. So you're cutting X number of $1,000 off per box, but you've got the same Metal Pless build, powder coat paint, and the same protection for the plow and the machine with the soft drive trip system.
Yeah, that gets overlooked. Like, as far as innovations in Metal Pless world, the number one most overlooked thing is soft drive trip. Now, what is soft drive trip? I like to explain it as most plows have a pivot point for the trip directly underneath the mold board. So you imagine the most common example out there, the visual, is a manhole cover. You're cruising along, you hit a manhole cover with a truck plow, any plow with a normal trip system, the mold board's going to pop up. HD soft trip, Metal Pless innovation, has a pivot point up and behind the mold board. So it allows each section to open individually, just flap back. It's like we've been talking about a dog door for a long time here. It flaps back like a dog door so that you're going to have a little vibration, but you're not going to have pop-up. You're going to have less pop-up, going to miss less snow. You're not going to miss much snow at all. And you're going to have less wear and tear on the plow, less wear and tear on the machine, and less wear and tear on the operator. So HD soft trip, often overlooked, but that is a key component to this new HD box that people talk about when they buy a live box. There's no rubber pucks. There's no, coil springs. There's industrial steel, round torsion springs that don't break. There's carbide, but a soft trip is a big deal. Like, it to me, it's a huge thing. I try to talk about it every day because I just.
Yeah, I mean, and the feedback you get from the operator, like Nick was saying, is the plow doesn't jump in the air the way a normal trip section will cause the plow to jump. But very often the operator doesn't even know they've tripped. They hear it. They hear the stink stink or whatever sound, of the door tripping backwards, but they don't feel it. And the other interesting thing about HD is people in colder climates. So northern Canada, Alaska, Nick, you see this out west as well in Montana and the mountainous areas. They find the HD is more aggressive on hardpack than the LiveEdge, and that's that. We sell a lot of HD up in Alaska, north of Edmonton, and out in the hills in the western U.S. And they just find it works better on hardpack. It's possibly the angle of the HD cutting edge is a little more aggressive than LiveEdge, but it's something else to factor in if you're dealing with a lot of hardpack.
You don't necessarily want
or gravel. If you got gravel, HD is the way to go because it's less aggressive on the gravel itself. In the first couple of pushes.
Yeah, feedback I get is because I sell into Northern California, Alpine Smith, great dealer. They'll sell mostly HD because they're dealing with, and I see this in Colorado a bit too, is they're dealing with snow that's, and you mentioned Alberta too, or places of Winnipeg. There's just a different style of snow removal. Everything gets driven over, and there isn't as much. There's more tolerance for snow on the ground.
There is more tolerance, yes.
And so there's more tolerance, to say the least. There's more tolerance for snow on the ground. So the contractors are always dealing with hardpack, and they don't necessarily want the compression of the LiveEdge. So the HD allows them to have that trip and scrape up a little bit better.
Yeah, you
so,
can put a little more down pressure on it.
Yeah, and it happens in the mountains too. So HD in Northern California, Lake Tahoe, all the ski resorts, works really well because it's snowing hundreds of inches all the time, pretty regularly, and cars going around the parking lots are always compressing that down. So the contractor or the ski resort that owns the blade, unless they're plowing literally every second, is going to have compacted snow. So the HD, right. If you're looking to scrape up hardpack with your box pusher, now we have an option for you, because that is something that gets talked about. People request it from us, and we listen. We listen to what people want. And even though Metal Pless is known for our wing blades, dude, take a look at our live boxes. It's no joke.
And that will be available in all the same sizes as the live box.
Yeah, HD box. Excited about that. And we hope to see them out in the field very soon. Moving on, we have some new options, or some options to highlight. We're always, that's the thing. We get copied, but they miss the little details. Like, we're always working on the extra feature, like LiveEdge on wings. We've been talking about that for a few years. But now we have it on some different sizes too. We've had Max Pros with LiveEdge on wings. Now 1042 18s, one of the staples of the industry on a Cat 920 or Deere 344. We're sending those out with LiveEdge on the wings. So inquire to your dealer if you're looking for a particular size plow. We don't always have everything in stock at the factory, because still this is a 1 in 20 option people are taking now.
Yeah, it's
LiveEdge on the wings.
It's a gradual rollout in all the sizes. I'm pretty sure we did the 1036 16 last year.
Nice.
So it is 16 feet of LiveEdge. The feedback on the full LiveEdge or LiveEdge on the wings is, it's a little more forgiving on the operator who can't figure out the heel toe, because that is an issue. Having, we have operators and we have drivers.
Yeah.
Operators can figure it out. People are just thrown in the cab, struggle a little bit with the wing sometimes. And our feedback, especially from Western Lehigh, who was our number one full LiveEdge dealer, let's put it that way. And
shout out to Jake and Eric and Leslie and
Dustin.
The whole team, John, Dustin, all of them. They're full LiveEdge all the way.
Yeah, Jake, he from the minute he tried his first full LiveEdge, he replaced all his own plows with full LiveEdge, and he's really spread the good word about it. He really believes in it.
We'll link to some videos, and I'm sure everyone's already seen them, but the scrape you get from the full LiveEdge from tip to tip is amazing. And like Bob said, though, there isn't a terrible learning curve when you're operating a Metal Pless, but it is critical that you plow at 90 degrees and centered in the slip hitch. Now, the mold board is very forgiving, but the hinge areas of where the wings rotate, you really got to be at 90 degrees on the mold board, especially early in the season when the pavement is dry. Because if you're pitched forward, you're going to dig into the heel of the abrasion shoe is going to mark the concrete. But if your abrasion shoe is perfectly floating, it is a way easier concept to learn, because you could be at an angle 5 degrees forward back, and you're just going to be scraping perfectly still. You might not be as efficient as you could be, but man, it is a game changer for learning. It does add some cost, but I would say ask next time you're quoting a Max Pro or any Plow Max size. So here's one thing we do at Metal Pless. All of these options are new designs. We're not taking, our LiveEdge isn't bolted onto the bottom of a normal plow. Like, this is a whole new concepts. We make things purpose built. So when we need to make a new LiveEdge wing size, we need to redesign the wing. We're not just bolting LiveEdge on the bottom of the wing. So we do have a lot of common sizes now, and more will come out. But right now, the Max Pro sizes 1042 18, 1036 16, that is an option. And you're getting carbide from from edge to edge, just like
Yep.
always.
Yep.
Yeah, check out Western Lehigh. Plug for Western
Yeah, I
Lehigh.
watched their videos. They're pretty impressive.
They're out there doing lower tolerance accounts, and they're wind rowing a lot. And you're like a Metal Pless blade scrapes amazing anyways. The abrasion shoes do float, but the LiveEdge on the wings can be a game changer for some people. I know it. Other options to highlight: we have a sidewalk wing. That doesn't get talked about a ton, but we do have a 5-foot wing for a Max Pro that can compress onto a sidewalk. We got a lot of little things like that we're so busy all the time talking about how our plows are just awesome that
the sidewalk wing is overlooked by a lot of people, and we're going to start developing more of a municipal lineup of plows. We're going to talk about another municipal plow coming up at the end of this, but the sidewalk wing is great for municipalities who maybe don't have the budget to have a dedicated machine for sidewalks, because the sidewalk wing will sit on the municipal sidewalk and pull snow into the road at the same time you're plowing the road. So it's a 2-in-1 setup, and it's a big time saver, and especially when they're doing a quick pass rather than sending out 2 machines, 2 guys. It's again, you're reducing fuel and labor costs with a very simple concept.
If anybody's seen the picture of our van wing, so we have a special 8-foot van wing that has a fold-out, cut-out section. Most people just leave the fold-out down at all times, but you can fold it back up. It has 8 foot to go underneath the kingpins of tractor trailers, which has now become a standard in the distribution business in North America. We're doing great selling those plows. It's amazing. Think about it, it's kind of the opposite of that. So the sidewalk wing has a section that compresses up in a cutout way so that you're scraping over a sidewalk with your Max Pro wing. So it's not for everybody, but it is out there. We got a lot of little things that people don't know about, little options and features on the plows that are really cool. But let's point out sidewalk wing. Okay, we've talked about different sizes of plow maxes out there. Let's go back to V blades for just a second, Bob. We have new sizes of SideMax X. So Bob said earlier he really liked the robust build of our SideMax X sidewalk V-blade.
5-footer.
The 5-footer. But the thing is, we've only ever had 5 feet. And in a V, it'd go down to 48. So this was a specialty built plow for dedicated sidewalk machines like trackless, like print-off, all these things that you see a lot of in Canada. We built, or Holder, we built them for 48. But in the U.S. also, there are those machines, but more often people are plowing with like a John Deere 3 Series or a similar Kubota, which is a bit wider than 48 inches. It's 53, 54 inches. So what have we done, Bob?
Well, we've come out with a 6-foot and a 7-foot.
Whoa! Hey, it took us a while, but yeah. One of the things at Metal Pless is we're always working on so many projects that we have to just kind of choose which ones are top priorities. And we're selling thousands of plow maxes and Max Pros, and then we get requests for 20 6-foot V blades. We're like, we're gonna make those people happy, but it might take a while. So this year we have 6-foot and 7-foot side maxes. We have them in standard trip, standard edge, and also LiveEdge. But yeah, I'm excited about this because it opens up a possibility of different styles of machine running our smaller V blades. Yeah, so it's that's one that's boy, we do a lot of stuff at Metal Pless, and we're but we want to do it well. Like yes. We're not making cheap throwaway plows. We're making good industrial stuff. Now we're going to end by talking about 2 brand new plows altogether.
Actually, there's 3 I want to talk about.
3.
But yeah. We'll do the municipal bit at the end. So let's go with the new
big deal, new awesome one. Okay, this is one that we've all pushed for. The reps, we hear the feedback from people. The new series called the PLSM. Remember that PLSM. You're gonna start seeing them everywhere. I'll tell you a little story. What people have, this is what happens at dealers, is contractor has seen Metal Pless videos on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. they want a Metal Pless, and Metal Pless in their head is LiveEdge. We want LiveEdge. So they come up to their dealer. They go, hey, I got a Bobcat S650. I've got a Deere 324. It's 8,000 pounds, 74 horsepower. Give me a Metal Pless LiveEdge blade. I don't care what it costs. Give it to me. And the dealer goes, oh, you're not... I'm going to have to sell you Standard Edge 83013, not the LiveEdge 83013, because those 8,000 pound skid steers and ones that are a little less just don't have the weight. Our 83013 LiveEdge, which is the industry all-time great Hall of Fame plow, is 2,200 pounds. It's a little bit too heavy. It's a little bit too much blade for those 8,000 pound wheeled skid steers. So, Bob, what have we done?
So again, just to speak about Jimmy and his willingness to develop a product, last January when we were January 2025, Nick, Steve Mifsud, Jimmy and I were sitting...
AKA the Brain Trust.
Well, there were some key members missing, but their feedback was there.
I'm kidding.
We were sitting at a place drinking beverages, and we started talking about these needs and how sometimes, like Nick was saying, there's two factors. There's the weight of the 83013, the PLSS 83013, and then the LiveEdge sticker shock, because people, that's way too much. I can get a competitor's plow with their Flex Edge or liquid fluid, whatever edge,
bouncy edge, for whatever LiveEdge knockoff, just whatever you want
for $15,000. Why would I pay $7,000 more for Metal Pless? And then there's the weight factor. So Jimmy sat there and you could tell he was thinking and listening. And then he gets back to the factory and he sits down with the R&D department, and lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, we've got the PLSM, which is... We can
design stuff awesome. We're amazing.
He took the best parts of the PLSS and the best parts of our 27-inch high, which would have been the PLLT, and kind of morphed them together to make a lighter basic plow. And then he took what he's developed this was already developed a bunch of years ago, the LEL, which is light
LiveEdge light. Yep.
LiveEdge light. So instead of moving 3 inches, it's got 1.5 inches of travel, and it still moves this way an inch. So it's got all the movement of our standard LiveEdge, but half the amount. And it slams right into that category for the 8,000 pound and less machine that people wanted LiveEdge on it. Like when all these tractor guys with the compact tractors, the 60-60, 40-66, 40-75 guys that really wanted LiveEdge, we were disappointing so many of them. And they still bought the 720-712, but now they can have an 830-13 with the LiveEdge light on the front of a tractor. That's coming, by the way.
Different sizes are coming. So right now, let's be clear. 830-13 LEL is literally shipping from Metal Pless right now. There will be other sizes of this new LiveEdge light concept in 611 and 712 for those tractors, but not this season. We're sending it out for those skid steer customers first. But in the future, like Bob said, now we're giving the people what they want. We're giving them LiveEdge on basically in the future, any size of Metal Pless will now have the ability to run LiveEdge light. So like Bob was saying, it's not the same system per se. That is a heavy duty system that's on an 830-13 LiveEdge or any of the other sizes. We've engineered weight out of it. We've taken a little bit of float out of it, but it's the same thing, maybe halved down. So one of the advantages we have over competitors is we go up and down 3 inches on our normal LiveEdge, up and down 3 inches, side to side 2 inches. Other people just go up and down 1.5 inches, or their sections just go up and down and don't tilt sideways. We have that perfect contouring. We'll still have this on LiveEdge light. It'll just be at half, but when the edges work together, you're still covering the crown of the concrete really, 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 really well. So, man. Now, and Bob, what is the extra good news about this? So let's say an 830-13 LiveEdge, the number one standard in the industry is dealer US dollars, $24,000 or 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
What is the ballpark of what LiveEdge light is going to go for?
Oh, the all-in price is what? With cart. So we have two options. The standard LEL is CHT 400. We can do a carbide insert. So standard one is I have it right here, 14,995, and sorry, yeah, 15,495 for the 830-13,
LEL.
16,695 for the carbide infused one. So then that includes your coupler, your DVD, and your controller for the cab. That's an all-in price.
That's all-in price. So people are going to love it. And that's what we have literally going to dealers in the US right now, is the LEL, not the carbide version. You can upgrade it later, but we're just having, that's just CHT 400. And it's essentially when those people came to dealers and said, I've got a Bobcat S650, give me a LiveEdge blade. And they said, oh man, sorry, here's a standard edge blade, which is still all the functionality and amazingness of a Metal Pless, but without floating edges. This new LEL is basically the same price as those standard edge 830-13s. So there is still going to be a market for standard edge 830-13. Don't get me wrong. Those plows are going to be heavier. They're going to be built for more industrial use on even heavier machines. Point this out. LEL is meant for skid steers 6,000 to 9,000 pounds. We don't want you putting this on a Deere 330G 11,000 pound skid steer. This is for a range 6,000 to 9,000 pounds. If you have a 9 or 10,000 pound skid steer, you can still get an 830-13 LiveEdge, the original, and you can get a standard edge if you're worried about it being, you don't need the LiveEdge and you want the functionality. This is for a particular market, 6,000 to 9,000 pound skid steers, and like I mentioned before, they're on trucks. You can find them at dealers.
Nick, you've got RDO bringing some in.
We got RDO equipment in Dayton and Moorhead, Fargo, Minnesota.
Chapel Tractor's bringing some in.
If you're on the East Coast.
Yeah, and Stewart's Equipment in the GTA brought some in. Shout out to those dealers who took a chance on a new product that are excited about it as we are.
And we got, so to reiterate, a lot of units are headed to RDO Equipment, Fargo and Dayton, Minnesota. So you got the cities, you got Fargo. You've got Lano Equipment, ordered a bunch of them. Shakopee is going to have them. Call your guys.
Nice.
Midwest Machinery, always on the cutting edge of what's new. Call Mike Savage. He's going to have LELs for you. But man, that's what we're really excited about this year, because that's a game changer. Like, Metal Pless is selling tons of blades, but that was the one thing that we had that were like every contractor, at least in the U.S., or the skid steer is the king of landscaping operations mostly, has an 8,000 pound skid steer sitting around that they want to use, that they could just run a box on. Now they've got LiveEdge Lite, and Bob and I are very pumped about it.
So two quick little blurbs about two new municipal plows we have coming out. One is the Truck Max. I'm sure everybody's seen the videos out there now.
Oh, so boy, the videos.
It's a 10-foot Truck Max that extends to 19 feet. Again, tried and tested in Europe on their highways on trucks. So the beauty of this plow is anybody that's plowed a road, at night it's fine. There's nobody out there. It's a beautiful thing. During the day when everybody's pulled out their cars to get their driveways cleaned up, the typical municipal plow is a front 12-foot angle blade with a side wing on the truck or the loader. And every time you come up to something, you got to lift your wing, drive around the car or whatever, garbage cans, put it back down. You're driving down, there's a car coming towards you. They actually have to lift up their whole plow and get out of the way. So what Jimmy did with this is he's got the 10-foot moldboard that slides both left and right. So you start at 10, you can go up to 19 feet when you extend both sides. But as you're going down the street, you can just pull in the right side of your plow as you go around cars and back out again. It's a lot safer way to work. A perfect example is last winter, we heard a story about a guy with his side wing. He didn't bring it up all the way to the 90-degree position, and as he was driving by a parked BMW, he peeled it open like a sardine can.
Oh,
that's expensive.
It's not expensive. I'm, in the municipal plow game, I'm not a huge fan of wings, and actually the trend we're seeing, especially in the upper Midwest, is a move away from wings, so that our Max Pro is being used sort of as a wing, where people are, it's a more versatile option. They're doing
Absolutely.
roads, particularly they're doing cul-de-sacs, and they're raising up and making bigger piles at cul-de-sacs, saving time. They're back dragging in cul-de-sacs, where a wing setup can't do that. It's big and cumbersome, and it's stuck on the machine. So you're bolting that side wing on the machine. That's what that loader's doing all winter long. It's there.
Yep. Yeah.
You're not
So
using that loader to load salt or scrape with the bucket. And that's the machine for the year. That's the resources of that municipality is tied to running a wing.
yeah, no, to me, the Max Pro is the ideal road clearing plow because you can do the intersections. You can just move your wing in going around park cars. It's the cat's ass. But for the municipalities to have that mindset that I need to have an angle plow, this new extendable Truck Max is it. And lastly, and very quickly, Jimmy listening to a client's needs. So we had a contractor in the GT area got a contract to clear the streets and had to remove the windrow at the same time.
This is look up this story, folks. This is interesting. People in the United States in areas where there's lots of snow removal and residential clamor for this type of thing.
Yeah, and it's only going to work in like lower snowfall areas, which fits the GTA bill. So this plow, Jimmy developed a 12-foot plow, angle plow, with an arm, the box on it. So the plow is plowing the street, and as he passes the driveway, he puts his arm down with a 3-foot contained box with a rubber edge on it, and he removes the windrow as he goes, and he lifts his arm up until he gets to the next driveway. From question to idea to conception, we got this out in a couple months. They're being delivered this week to a very happy contractor in Mississauga. And again, we'll get some pictures out soon, but it's the way Jimmy can make things happen, and the cleanness of the look of this plow is incredible.
It's awesome.
Just the whole from question, conception on the ground, it just happened so fast. And when I first came to Jimmy with the idea, I was hesitant. I was scared because it's a municipal contract, and if the guy didn't have his plows, he'd be fined by the minute when the equipment wasn't there. And Jimmy went, "Yeah, no problem, we'll get it done," and he did.
The Metal Pless factory is amazing. Like the new factory we have coming online too is even more amazing. But what we can do in a short amount of time of original design. Think about this: we're making original whole new plows in months, where people are spending years trying to duplicate Max Pros. Like we're on the cutting edge. Innovation truly starts here. We've got the windrow Max, we're calling it. People that do residential snow with inverted snow blowers, their jobs just became a lot easier in GTA if they're doing it there. Is the second pass you're doing to clean up the city dump the snowbank that's been created.
It's not there anymore.
Well, the government is now doing that for you with a Metal Pless plow. It's a pretty incredible. So we've got that. Look for those if you're in Toronto area, just cruising around absolutely everywhere this winter. Concept wise, we pointed out the extendable Truck Max. I call it the Slide Max because it slides on a channel in and out. I think it's really cool. But we're always working on the next thing. Like, I've been to the factory. We have next things. We've got next things and the next things and the next things. We're like Apple. We got the next generations coming down the line. People are busy duplicating our current stuff. They're behind. The innovation starts here. And we're excited. Obviously, Bob and I are excited. And to finish off episode 1 of Born to be a Snowfighter, we're excited to bring on our latest addition to the team, a familiar face. So without further ado, we would like to introduce you to Mrs. Darcy Ramhelt.
Yay!
Hey guys.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome aboard, Darcy.
Thank you.
Darcy is beloved by everybody that we've ever talked to in the industry, so adding Darcy to the team was a no-brainer for us.
An industry
Welcome
classic.
to the big leagues.
Welcome. Darcy,
Thank you.
You are United States employee number 3.
Oh, look at that. I'm so excited.
Oh, how does it feel to be a part of the Metal Pless team, Darcy?
Oh my gosh, indescribable. I'm so excited to get going. So excited. It's like it's a step up into the big leagues, right? I'm excited. It's a great team. They're great personalities and people to work with. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt too when I went to work for Metal Pless. I felt like, man, I have arrived. This is my major league first at bat. Like this is it. This is cool.
Yeah.
So Darcy, you're coming on board at Metal Pless. We're gonna kind of reveal the Darcy experience,
Reveal.
whatever you want to call it, at Louisville at the GIE Expo, now called Equip Expo. That's going to be your kind of first formal introduction to our customers as a member of the Metal Pless team in Louisville. So
It'll be familiar but new at the same time.
Familiar with new. So Darcy is well known in the industry. I would say that most Metal Pless customers are going to know who Darcy is. And man, we're excited to have you aboard, Darcy. Let's talk about this. We have a few minutes here. What are you going to be doing at Metal Pless? Bob, you talk about that. You're the one you had the great idea to bring Darcy on board. What is she going to be doing?
Well, I mean, I've been looking or thinking about getting more U.S. reps because we have 3 reps working in the U.S. and
one's not even in the U.S., but that's geographically
right. And then I have 4 people crisscrossing the province of Quebec. Now, not to say that Quebec doesn't merit 4, but I think territories like Ontario and Western Canada, we need more boots on the ground. And I'm very much about hiring good people and people I know. I mean, it's not that I'm not against hiring strangers because that works well, but to have someone with industry experience and
who's already part of the Metal Pless family. This is the Metal Pless family podcast.
To me, it was just like, oh man, that this is gonna work no matter what happens. So I gave Darcy a territory. I forget exactly. I don't have the states written down. Do you know them off the top of your head? Okay, go ahead.
South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin.
There you go. So Darcy's probably going to go see the Green Bay Packers play. That'll be a story for another day because I really want to hear the Brett Favre story at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, we got pictures. Speaking of Metal Pless family, I could post these pictures somewhere. There's pictures of Metal Pless plows and a user, Brian Thurlow, and his son in front. Metal Pless on a green tractor,
right in front of Lambeau.
Sold by RDO, right in front of Lambeau Field. Yep. Man, Metal Pless is everywhere.
Cool. And
that's awesome.
Darcy's also going to be working with the marketing department. Your official title is market development. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We're really looking forward to Darcy's involvement, particularly with the end users, customer satisfaction testimonials, going to see parts of those states that haven't really been touched by a Metal Pless rep. So it's unexplored territory. I mean, people know, but not everybody knows that they can buy a Metal Pless plow from us. So
Darcy, where are you located now, just to let people know?
So I'm located in southern Minnesota, Janesville, and not to be confused with Janesville, Wisconsin, even though that's a great place too. Just hour north of the Iowa border. So
and you're approximately hour 15 south of Minneapolis. Is that about it? Okay.
Yep.
So southern Minnesota, I'm up in Fargo. Darcy and I are going to work together. Like people ask me this all the time. So I cover Wisconsin west. So from it's a big territory.
Huge.
It's not snowing everywhere, but it makes it geographically challenging. And Metal Pless, we're always growing and we're always selling, and our dealers are doing an amazing job. That just keeping up with the day to day of those dealers selling plows it's not a challenge, but it keeps me busy. It keeps all the reps busy. So Darcy's going to be out there looking to provide a friendly face and information to dealers that may be, not overlooked, but where there's end users that are buying plows out of state or whatever. Darcy's going to connect them with local dealers and help grow the family. So I'm going to appreciate the help because even though my territory, I spend a lot of time, in a little circle of Fargo, Minneapolis, etc. I don't have the resources and time to go out into other places of Wisconsin where there are great Metal Pless users. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to provide them with better service. Like Bob said, we can't just hire anybody. Like if you were just selling paper clips or whatever, that ain't going to work. This is a unique thing we're doing, and we got to pull people that make sense to join the team. So I think Bob's done a great job of that. And
I think the snow industry as a whole is a unique group of people. And if you have no background insight into the mindset, I guess, of the snow industry, like it's not the same. But when you come in and you've been in the snow industry or you understand it at least to a point, it makes that hurdle just a little bit easier to get over.
For sure. getting to know the snow removal crowd can be daunting for someone who doesn't. One thing is talking to dealers, but actually talking to the end users. They're a special crew. They're good people, through and through good people. But they're very relaxed until it starts to snow, and then they freak out. So you gotta just be able to deal with them.
It's one of those things where that's why it makes it so hard to come from out of the industry, because you could probably start understanding the plows and how they fit and the mechanics of it pretty quickly. But to understand the nature of the work and the urgency of the work that's going on, that's what makes it not for everybody. So Darcy understands that world very well. She's been in it for a few years now. Just like me, we talked about at the beginning of this episode, there's not many people that were actually born to be a snow fighter. You realize you were born to be a snow fighter. And I think Darcy is a snow fighter through and through. So we're so happy to have her on board. Come meet her at Equip Expo in Louisville. I'm sure she's going to be going to other shows too, especially in the U.S. Me and Darcy, with our limited one language speaking skills, can only go so far. But
the phone, I can speak about 10 French words. Like, I feel like I'm doing pretty good here.
Wow.
You've got 8 more than I do. I've got neige, déneigement. That's snow removal. That's all I got.
You're doing good.
Yeah. So
so as far as trade shows, definitely every SIMA, Northern Green.
Northern Green in Minneapolis,
probably
awesome.
Landscape, because
Chicago.
I think that should be a 3-person show.
That's a fun one.
We'll look at Landscape Ontario. We'll see how much international traveling Darcy wants to do. Con Expo, you're going to Vegas.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
We're going to Vegas, baby.
Now, so this is a great thing. So like, there's a lot of, this industry needs more characters and more personalities like Darcy, because, a lot of times you'll walk up to an equipment booth and it's, there isn't a lot of excitement. There's people that have, maybe are on this design or engineering, whatever. I feel like at Metal Pless, our team is really unique. We've got people of all ages, of all walks of life, different parts of the world, speaking different languages, and having another...
Our sales team's got to be one of a kind, and I love every single member of it. They all bring every single person on the team brings a different skill set, different background, different personalities. There's some really strong characters on this team, but it's a non-compete team.
We've got grizzled old veterans like Steve Sapaniak. We've got
oh man, I can't wait to see Steve and Darcy working together. It's going to be great.
My gosh, I can guarantee you this: like, there's going to be more hugging I'm not looking forward to this. There's going to be more hugging at the Metal Pless booth now, which I
brought another hugger in.
No, I will step aside from. That is not.
Come on, Nick.
It's not what we're all about.
We're going to have to group hug them. Group hug.
I think we'll have to have a group hug every day this morning.
No. The energy. Yeah. So that's my point is the team is unique. I've never been a part of anything like it. It works, and the energy is really good. We have fun when we're not selling plows. We have fun when we're selling plows. We have fun when things are going bad. We have fun when things are going good. So, Darcy, I'm glad to have you on board. If you have anything else to add, feel free to add. But this is going to be great.
I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to not only connecting with our equipment dealers, but our customers and end users, and kind of even bringing some of the women I've met in the industry kind of back in, giving them a little bit more information about Metal Pless, maybe that they don't already have. Maybe they're new to the Metal Pless, and I can't wait to share that with them. Like, that's huge for me.
Absolutely.
Darcy is actually our second female rep. We have 2 female reps on the roster. Linda Gauguin.
Yeah.
She lives in Quebec but covers the northeast U.S. So we're a diverse team at Metal Pless. We're we got it all covered, and man, I'm excited. So, in summary, come see us. This podcast is launching. We have lots of episodes in the tank also. We're going to have great interviews with snow fighters, people adjacent to the snow industry that are all part of the fight. Come see us at GIE Expo. That's when we're launching this podcast. Come see Darcy. Come see myself. Come see Bob. Kathleen will be there. Yannick on the technical side. If you have any technical questions about Metal Pless, now is the time. Stop by and say hi. We might have something to give out. I'm not sure, but we'll have a fun time with y'all at Louisville. And we're just going to have an awesome time. Darcy, again, thrilled to have you on board. And for my co-host, Bob, signing off on the introductory episode of the Born to be a Snowfighter podcast. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.
Have a good one.